We move on to the next summary, which is the workshops which are done with IIT alumni presidents. To summarize that, could I please invite on stage Mr. Debashish Bhattacharya, Chairman, Penn IIT Alumni, India.
Thank you, Saurabh. So, towards the end of the day, at this point of time, I am reminded of my exams. After exams, we wanted to keep awake. Umesh was supposed to have done this presentation, but I think he had a flight conflict, so he's gone. And I have been entrusted the task to talk about what has happened in the IITA Presidents Get Together today. The intention behind this was to get all the IIT alumni associations together, sit in a room, identify, get to know each other, and then discuss what are the possible ways that we can collaborate and move ahead. So I will read out the report that Umesh has presented. In case there are any questions, feel free to write to us and we'll get back to you. The representation of AA presidents from all the 23 IITs. That is the first part. I am very, very happy that everybody took time out to join here. And I would like, on your behalf, to thank them. And I would request all of you to please put your hands together for them. In regards of the discussions, the way it happened, in discussions it came out that we have the first stage IITs, the second stage IITs, or the first generation, second generation, and the third generation IITs, and we identified that there was something which was called a pre-generation IITs also. So pre-generation IITs are the ones which have either crossed century, touch century, or about to touch century. Roorkee, IIT BHU, and ISM Dhanbad, three in sequence. ISM Dhanbad becomes a centurion in another 2 years' time. It was inspiring to see how these three IITs have sustained their alumni engagement and activities for over a century. The topic being discussed was how to keep in touch with the alumni, how to connect them, how to engage them. We also had participation from three different cohort of startups, again from the first generation, second generation, third generation startups, based on when these started their operations. The third generation of IITs, namely Palghat, Tirupati, Bhilai, Dharwad, Jammu and Goa, started operations only a few years ago, which is 2015 and 2016, which means they have only a few batches which have graduated from these institutes and have different set of challenges than the older IITs, which are Roorkee, Varanasi, Dhanbad, and the other original 5 IITs, and then the next generation of IITs, whose alumni go into thousands, at least 2-digit thousands, and the older ones actually go to lakhs. At an approach for alumni welfare, both socially and professionally, and helping the institutes seems to be a common goal because that is what people discuss. And the approach and challenges differ from institute to institute. And at an execution level, there are challenges to work together, right? So that is one of the barriers that we hope and we look forward to breaking and bringing all of them together. The forum agreed that the idea of one IIT is a powerful concept, and multiplication of the impact that individually each of the IIT alumni associations are making overall synergizes into a far larger impact. Whether it is providing a health insurance to our alumni, their loved ones, or providing them better career and business opportunities, the impact will be much larger if we come together. That has been recognized. Ideas are a dozen a dime, and it is the execution that matters. I'm a firm believer of that. I also do believe and reciprocate and resonate with what Umesh said. I'm happy to share that after an open discussion, we also converged and identified specific action items or baby steps that we want to take to explore this path to one IIT. This is to ensure that these ideas don't fizzle out as we step out of this event. The next 2 steps, as discussed, are: 1, creation of a working group, which will work with all the AA representatives and propose a framework to work together and identify 2 to 3 areas where all IIT AAs can work together. This working group will have 7 members, 1 member from IIT Roorkee, Dhanbad and Varanasi, 2 members from Generation 1 IIT, which is the original ones of Bombay, Delhi, Madras, Kanpur, Kharagpur. 2 members from Generation 2 IITs, 2 members from Generation 3 IITs. The members of this working group will be announced within the next few days. The working group will call for a meeting by the end of March 2023 to share their findings and proposal. After these discussions, which happened intensely with a whole lot of conversations, Dr. Geetanjali Kaushik, Treasurer, Pan IIT, offered the vote of thanks, and with that, the session was concluded. Thank you very much. Over to you, Saurabh.